Avengers Age of Ultron. You can tell I had a good time because I have my little Avengers hat on with the logo on it. So Avengers Age of Ultron is a sequel to the first Avengers movie that came out in 2012. Right off the bat, you have pretty much all of the old cast back. You have Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Hawkeye coming back together once again to fight evil, this time in the form of an evil robot named Ultron, who's played by James Spader. Now, let me say this right off the bat. First of all, props to James Spader. He completely owned this role in the movie. From the moment I first heard his voice, the first thing I thought to myself was like, okay, this is going to be a solid role. Throughout the entire movie, I just imagined Raymond Reddington from The Blacklist as a giant evil robot. Yeah, you knew there was a Blacklist joke coming. Let's admit it, it was there. And this time, things are different. The basic plot is around Ultron being created by Tony Stark. You've probably seen that in the trailers. It's basically Iron Man who makes the problems. And now it's up to the Avengers to fix that problem. What I like about this movie is the fact that the stakes are definitely upped a whole lot in the sequel. Things get more and more serious. This is not just something one-off. It's much bigger than that. Well, of course it is. I mean, it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everything's connected. Everything's bigger. Yeah, but this movie, it's different than the first Avengers movie in the fact that there's a lot more depth in it. There's a lot more character development in it. You have a little bit of backstory of certain characters. You have some of their feelings and thoughts and stuff going around. I'm not going to tell you what, but you definitely know when it's right there. Actually, it's a surprising amount of character development and background into it. Almost makes you feel like you can relate to them a little bit more than the first movie when they were just being introduced as characters. And there's also Ultron himself. Let's not discredit him. What I liked about him is that he had a serious personality. Like I said, as James Spader, or Red, as an evil robot. He's just got these witty one-liners that just pop off at the top of his mouth, and yet still manages to be completely believable as a threat, at least to me. As he should be. From the comics, he's extremely threatening, and they pretty much show it right here. Let me get back to the character development, because it was very surprising coming from this. The film is a lot darker, and you can definitely tell it's darker because, leave some spoilers out, let's just say things happen that ultimately change the dynamic of everyone. You may see that from the trailers, if you've seen the trailers, but you can definitely tell that there's a little bit more feeling going on into this. Everything is maturing, if I may say that. There's actually even a couple of moments in the movie where I'm thinking to myself, that's serious. I didn't know that. Wow. Damn, that really kind of hurt me a little bit. And it's things like that that make a movie, that take a movie from being a good movie to a great movie. There's some human emotion there. There's just, I know I'm talking a lot about that, but seriously, I was actually surprised by it. Also, let me not forget to mention our two newest additions, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen. First of all, they definitely killed their roles, the two of them, as the twins. And they weren't just there as just extras, which is what I was afraid of. They were actually part of the overall film. A little bit of the plot, actually a good chunk of the plot kind of revolves around them. I'll tell you about that another time. And you actually get to see them kick ass a little bit every now and then. And boy, did they do that. I'm actually glad they are who they are in the film. And there's also a ton of Easter eggs in the film. You'll definitely know them when you see them if you know your comic book lore. You'll probably smile and giggle a little bit, and there's a whole bunch of these things around there. So by the end of the film, I was thoroughly entertained. Actually, being entertained is insulting. Let me say this. I enjoyed the hell out of this film so much that I went to see it twice. And I have no shame in that. And for that reason alone, I can say this. This movie is not a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's a Diamond Ribbon worthy movie. That's why it's getting the Diamond Ribbon rating from me. I think that's actually the second one I've given out overall ever. Those are like the top tier movies, the cream of the crop movies to me. So, Avengers Age of Ultron. Have you seen it yet? What did you think? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Did it live up to your expectations from a sequel? Whatever you think, leave me a comment below. Tell me how you feel. Also, don't forget to check out my Twitter at AsteroidMike. Don't forget to check out my blog. Also, don't forget to stick around. I may do a spoiler-filled review for those who actually have seen the movie, so if you haven't, don't go see that. And as always, I will see you around.